Okay, we're doing Fabulae story number 50, lines 8 to 18. I'm going to break this into two parts right about there. So let's get started. Tama, nevertheless, this is a lot to fit in, so if you drop that out, it's not going to be the end of the world. Nevertheless, although, no, I'm sorry, I'm going to say since for cum. You always have to look at the context, but nevertheless, since on this river there was no bridge. So this is a little bit tricky. This is your subject here. And then here's your verb. This is this is pluperfect subjunctive. That's still in the camera. I'll just pull that down a little. Passive. And remember, this comes from that little verb phio, which is the passive of facio. And so facio means to make or do. If you be made, you are. So this is a verb of existence. So we're merely stating there was no bridge. There was no bridge. It's a funny way of doing it. You think they just use esset, but factus esse is a good way to do it. So, since there was no bridge, the spirits were being taken across by a certain Charon. Here you go. Passive, and it's imperfect. And the subject is here, manes. And when you see a passive, look for the ablative. Right there, baby. Yep. They were being brought across by Charon, so you can always switch that around and say Charon used to bring them across. That's the trick to the ablative with the passive. This Charon, who would wait with a small boat on the bank. All right. And look at how these imperfects are being used to express continuing action. So I said used to wait. How's that look? He used to wait. Isn't that a funny expression in English? But that's that imperfect sense. It's like the action's happening over and over again. The spirits were taken across over and over again. So it's like a little circular action. Charon, and that's the nominative of his name. He's got a Greek name there. Charon, for this job, asked for payment. And again, imperfect. He used to ask for payment. He continually asked for payment. Again, that little circular motor. And not anyone. So how are we going to say this in English? And not anyone? How about this? And nobody. Unless the person had given this payment beforehand, did he want to bring over? Okay, so the subject of this goes all the way back up to Charon. Charon did not want to bring across anyone. This is present, active, infinitive here. And it's a complementary infinitive to wolebat. He wanted to bring across not anyone, no one, unless that person had given payment before. Look at that, pluperfect before. And that's great because that's exactly the tense we need, because it's like a timeline. First, you give payment. Next, you get carried across. I'll put little oars on there, little guy sticking up. Okay? So money first, and then crossing. Pluperfect, and then imperfect. You're going to stop right there, see if you can edit your draft.